Hello, LinkedIn learners. How are you today? So it's Friday morning. So here I am live in the group with my cup of tea because it's Friday. So it's all a bit more relaxed on a Friday, don't you think? I do. Gosh, do you know what time I woke up? Well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to tell you, I didn't wake up until 8 o'clock this morning. And for me, that is a lion. Normally, I'm up between 5 and 6. Early bird, get up, loves getting up early. Don't go to bed that early either. But I've been so busy with the launch of Linking an Academy, which has gone amazingly well. I'm very, very excited to all the people that have joined. It's going to be amazing. And what's wonderful is now it's a bigger group. I can give even more value. So that's fantastic. Anyway, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to talk about social selling today. So when I first started my social media journey and people started to talk about social selling at some point, I can't remember when, I thought, what's that? What's social selling? Oh, crikey, it sounds terribly complicated. Do you know what? It isn't. Dun, dun, dun. Revelation. It really isn't a complicated concept. In fact, I have two quotes, one of which is a quote from Wikipedia, which, surprise or not, isn't quite correct. But it's kind of got the ethos. Basically, social selling is about using your social media channels, which includes LinkedIn, to build relationships to get business. Dun, da, 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 da. That is not hard, is it? It's not a hard concept. And it's using them effectively. So basically, it's building relationships with people online and offline, I guess, but actually really online, to do business with them. And what's quite interesting is, there have been whole books written about social selling. Maybe I should read one day. Maybe I should even write one. Hey, what do you think about that? So we LinkedIn people, most LinkedIn people that I certainly mix with, and me certainly, engage in social selling every single minute of every single day. This is what I'm doing now. I'm using my Facebook group to build a relationship with you guys and girls, Giles, as I call you all, to build a relationship, and maybe some of you will buy from me, which would be wonderful. But you're not going to buy from me if I just suddenly pitch up in somebody else's Facebook and go, buy my stuff. Buy my stuff. It doesn't work like that anymore. We don't like being sold to. We don't, and if I sat here and said, buy my course, buy my course, buy my membership, why would you bother? You need to know who I am first, whether you want to work with me, whether you like me. And if you do, then great. And if you don't, then you can leave the group, because we cannot please all the people all the time. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but always use a cup of tea as an analogy, but that's fine, because there's an awful lot of people out there that want to upscale on LinkedIn and grow their business and all of that kind of stuff. I can't serve all of you, I absolutely can't. And I wouldn't expect to. I don't think I could manage that. So that's what social selling is. It's building relationships. Since lockdown, social selling has been more important than ever before. Not to say it wasn't important before lockdown, but, back in the sort of 40s and 50s, when it really was, my product is the best, buy it. We don't do that anymore. It doesn't work like that. It really, really doesn't. It's about building those relationships. Now, one of the great advantages of social selling is that building a relationship is a two-way process. So you have a chance to get to know your audience as well as they get to know you. So this means that you can find out exactly what their needs are, what it is that they want, how they think, how they work. So you're going to get to know them. So you're going to know what it is that they want, better, so if you can tailor your services, but also you're going to understand them better, so you know how to market to them better and sell to them better. Ta-da. Which brings me to another question. Is social selling marketing, or is it selling? I'm not going to go into that today. But it's quite a big debate whether it's marketing or selling. Actually, in short, I think it's a combination of both, but it's about relationship building, and that's where relationships form. So I'm just going to give you a quick example. About, let me think, 10 or 11 years ago, I was on a train with my 3 children, and my baby was on my knee and the 2 girls were across, and it was on a table, and it was a crowded train. It was a rescheduled train on a Sunday coming back from Kent, the usual malarkey. And there was a table with 3 seats. So I would have liked 4. So, squidgy 4 or 5-year-old could have had his own chair, but never mind. He was fine. So, in fact, he must have been younger than that. So we sat down and there was a man there. I sat next to the guy, and the 2 girls sat opposite. He seemed very nice. Could we sit down, etc., etc. So Cosmo must have been 2 or 3. So he's now 15. Do your math. So a long time ago, and I was on my social media, I suppose. I think I was doing some client work or something like that. And this man said, I hope you don't mind me noticing that. Or I have my computer and he could see my screen. He said, I see you're doing social media, blah, blah, blah. Got chatting. Anyway, here I am today, this morning, just before I come on this live, emailing him about LinkedIn, helping him with his LinkedIn for his company. I mean, how cool is that? I met this guy on a train. And in fact, my daughters remembered him because he had an unusual name, which I won't tell you because I don't want to embarrass him, but he had an unusual name and they remembered him and they said, oh, that nice man on the train. How brilliant is that? So that's what social selling is. It's building relationships. Okay. And who knows if business comes from it or a referral even. And that's another great thing about LinkedIn, in fact, is that people do refer you. People, if you have a service which isn't right for a particular person, but if they like you enough, they're going to talk about you, they're going to refer you. And that's what LinkedIn's about. It's about this wonderful network of people. So I'm just going to give you 5 tips to really effectively grow your social selling strategy. Okay, the first one is to be generous. Be generous with your knowledge and be generous with your time. So I'm helping this guy. I don't actually know whether he'll ever buy from me or not. In fact, I doubt that he will because he works in a slightly different way from the way I work. And he's not sort of anyway, whatever. He may be watching this. It doesn't matter to me. It absolutely doesn't matter. If I'm out there, if I've got some knowledge, somebody needs some knowledge, I like them, they like me, I might go, look, here you are, just go and do this, change that. That might help you. Being generous with your time and with your knowledge not only makes you feel nice inside, well, it certainly does me, what it also brings to play is the psychology of reciprocity, okay? So if somebody does something nice, you feel somewhere deep in the back of your brain, or maybe even at the forefront of your brain, that you want to do something nice back for them. So yes, you may refer them, you may recommend them, you may promote their posts on social media, you may follow them on LinkedIn, and you may even do business with them. Who knows? But it's about being nice and kind and generous. Okay, the other thing you need to be doing, number 2, so number 1 was be generous, number 2, show your authority. Okay, so by showing how much you know about your subject, you're going to place yourself as an expert. People want to work with experts. Ta-da! There you go. There's a match. So show people what you know. Talk about the things that you know in your industry that other people may not know about, in your industry because they're not in it. Okay, so by posting, by commenting on other posts, being helpful, but show your authority. Okay, number 3 is using these babies. Listen to what your audience is saying. Listen to what their needs are. Listen to how they like being communicated to. Listen to them. Find out their pain points, and then you can react to those pain points effectively. Okay. Number 4 is be yourself. Okay. Being anybody else apart from yourself is going to be hard work, and you're going to fall down the cracks, and everybody will notice that you're not authentic. Talking of authentic, yes, it's a buzzword, but it's a good one. It's a good word to use. And be authentic, be yourself, because at the end of the day, people work with people. They want to know you. And as I've said at the beginning, not everybody will like you. Not everybody will like the way you work. That's fine. If they don't, the chances are that you won't like working with them anyway, because they work in a different way from the way that you work. So by being yourself, you're going to attract the customers and clients that you like working with. Okay. There you go. Number 5, and I'm going to quickly go through them all in a minute. Number 5 is to be consistent. Yep, it can seem hard. It can seem hard having to go on LinkedIn every day or every week, thinking of a post to write every week. Oh, I've got no ideas. I don't know what to talk about. Oh, have I got to go on LinkedIn again today? Oh. By being present on LinkedIn regularly, you're going to start to build that trust. It's like the friend who shows up all the time, always there for you, always on the end of the phone, texting you, you text back, you've got an issue you want to talk about, they're there for you, they're texting you, they're reminding you who they are, not literally, but they're just there all the time. Fancy going out for a drink? Yes. Whereas the other friend who only turns up when they want something, they say, oh, can you help me with this? Do you know about that? Who are you going to trust the most when your chips are down, you want some help? It's going to be that reliable friend who's always there. Be that reliable friend. Be consistent on LinkedIn. Okay. Keep showing up, keep reminding people who you are and what you do. And then when the time comes for that person to need your services or your goods, then you'll be there, front of mind, So even if when you first build a relationship with somebody, you think this isn't going anywhere, this person's never going to need my services, who knows years down the line if that person suddenly thinks, oh yeah, I keep seeing their posts, that's actually what I need. So being consistent is a really, really important thing to do. Okay. Now, finally, I just want to quick go, why is LinkedIn the great place to social sell? Because it is, to use a social selling strategy, if you like, because it is, because that's what we do on LinkedIn. And in fact, LinkedIn have compiled a score so that you can even measure how good you are at social selling on LinkedIn. It's called your SSI score, your social selling index. Okay. And I have actually made a little film about this on my website, which if you go to sarahclaysocial.com, go to my blogs and then click down and it'll say videos, go to videos and it'll be in there. And it's called, I'm just looking at my sheet now, how does LinkedIn measure you? And it's all about the different aspects of LinkedIn that you can focus on to get your SSI score really high. And once your SSI score is high, keep it high and you're doing the right thing on LinkedIn. Okay, so I'm quickly going to go through those 5 things again. Number 1, be generous with your time and your knowledge. Number 2, show your authority. Number 3, listen to your audience. Number 4, be yourself. And number 5, be consistently present on LinkedIn. All right, my lovelies, that's it for today. And do feel free to watch this through. Well, obviously you have done if you have seen this. And I will catch you in due course. See you later. Bye.